King of glory. Bring joy. Shine. Bring joy. Coming with power. Bring joy. And coming with glory. Bring joy. It's time to celebrate. Bring joy. Bring joy. The King is coming. Bring joy. He's the Messiah. Bring joy. He's the Lamb of God. Bring joy. The mighty, mighty Prince of Peace. Bring joy. Oh, come on. Bring joy. The Lamb of God. Bring joy. He's so worthy. Bring joy. Come on. Bring joy. He's worthy of glory. Bring joy. He's worthy of honor. Bring joy. Lift your hands and bring joy. Come on, everybody, and His name is Jesus. Jesus. Jesus.
May our hearts be open. 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 May our hearts be open.
Good morning, everyone. I'd like to welcome you to today's Open Heart Spiritual Center virtual service. Thank you so much for joining us wherever you may be. And I'm just so grateful that you've chose to join us. I want to say welcome, family. And if you're joining us for a second time, welcome back. And we're now family. And I'm just so grateful to have you a part of our family. If you're joining us for the first time, please come back and join us again. I'm so grateful for our Open Heart Spiritual Center family, for the message and the vibration that we put out into our world. I'm so grateful to know that we can change our thinking and change our lives. So grateful to know that gatekeeper that stands at the forefront of our thoughts, that we can give that gatekeeper a new direction, that we can just turn within and accept the guidance and clarity to transform our thoughts, transform the way we look at one another, transform the way we think about one another, about our world, and about the things that are going on. So I'd like to just take this time to just evoke the presence of the Divine Spirit that is within me, that is within you, that is within each and every single fiber and every cell and every being on this planet. And we're all connected to it. It has no idea of color, of race, of sexuality, of any of those things. It doesn't even have a label. And it's got a million names. And so I just give thanks for this day. I give thanks to know that we're all connected. We're connected to all things, in all ways and in all ways. And so I'm grateful to be a part of today's service and to have the opportunity to just open up my heart space and allow all that is today, that takes place today, to just transform me to a greater I am than when I began at the beginning of this service. And so I give thanks for the music and for the affirmative reading and for the message and for the divine messenger. And I am so grateful for the conduit that our messenger is today and the message that our messenger brings today. And knowing that this service is filled with love, it's filled with joy, it's filled with celebration. And knowing that right here and right now, I'm so grateful for this day and to celebrate this day. Not only celebrate this day, but celebrate each and every single moment and not take anything for granted, but take it with such gratitude. And so I give thanks. And I know that this service is already perfect. It's already whole and it's complete. And so let's just let the celebration begin. And so it is.
Just be in your presence. Just feel your love. And just know that we're family.
Yes.
Amen. Have yourself a merry little Christmas. Let your hearts be light. From now on, our troubles will be out of sight.
comes from the heart reaches the heart. Good morning and welcome to our Heartstream this Sunday, December the 8th. Happy holidays to each and every one of you. We're in that season, and I wish you one that is safe, one that's joyous, remembering those for whom this is a difficult time, and we continue to do that. As you know, we have begun our partnership, our process of synergy with the Unity Christian Church. I had the opportunity this past week to meet with the leaders of the various ministries at UCC, and we talked about some ways in which our two communities can work together as they described to me the ministries that they had, and we discussed ways that you that are a part of Open Heart, that are here in Memphis, of course, can become involved in things that are happening at UCC. And I'll be talking about those more in depth. There'll be some things in the announcement period that you can find out about, ways in which you can be involved. And even on our website, we'll also have that information for you to be able to sign up to say, I'd like to participate in this and be a part of that. In addition, there are going to be ways in which people from UCC will be participating in some of the things that we do. As a matter of fact, Ella Aji will become a part of our prayer team and will begin doing one of the prayer calls during our morning prayer call. Hint, hint, hint. As a reminder for those of you that may not have called in at 8 a.m. every morning for our prayer call, which lasts about 7 minutes. It's an opportunity for you to start your day or continue your day with prayer. But there will be those ways in which we can do that. And one of the things that we're doing, and it was really kind of a humorous moment, but we're trying to get out of, and we're still figuring all of that out, about referring to the different communities as separate and really start talking about us and we and ours. And so we're working on that, but that is something. And it was exciting. It was an exciting meeting. It was an energetic meeting. I think that those of us that were there left that meeting with a sense of energy, with a sense of hope, with a sense of expectation for there being some really, really great things that are going to come as a result of this. I would also ask that you would remember our own Britannia Allen in your prayers, praying for her father, James Wilder. We know that he's on our prayer list, one of the people on our prayer list, but in particular, remembering him at this time is important, and I ask that you would do so, as we do for all of the other people who are on our prayer list, because each and every morning during the prayer call, we always remember those people who are a part. We hold the truth and know the truth for each and every one of them. Again, thank you for your support. Ask that you will continue support for Open Heart, for this Heartstream, and for all of the things that it is that we do. Continue to get the message out, let other people know about it, know that we are here. And I greet you. I bless you. I see God in you.
Our affirmation for the month of December: the loving presence. Knowing that the loving presence is always closer to me than my very breath, I have nothing to fear. I feel this loving protection around me. I know that the song of joy, of love, and of peace is forever chanting its hymn of praise and beauty at the center of my being, and all is well.
Today is a day like no other day. Just think and you'll know that it's true. Days like today should be holidays. So I'm singing this message to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Just have a happy day.
At Open Heart, we believe in the power of affirmative prayer. Each and every individual and family you see represented here, we continue to pray for you, Our prayer team each morning remembers you, and we hold the space for you, as well as all of you who are a part of our Open Heart family. There are several ways to give to Open Heart: through our Cash App at OHSC 901, online at OHSC901.com, or text the word GIVE to 615-422-4290.
A powerful way to start or continue your day is with our daily prayer call. Each morning at 8 a.m. Central Time, a prayer team member provides an inspirational reading and an affirmative prayer. Join us at 901-586-8755.
Join us at 11 a.m. for the Sunday celebration at Unity Christian Church. We'd love to have you come out, 3345 McCorkle Road. And if you're not able to be here in person, you can also watch the service at unitychristianchurch.us, the website. Love to see you. This collaboration between these two magnificent congregations. Here are ways for you to be involved for our in-person service at Unity Christian Church of Memphis. You can be a part of the platform team that helps to lead in the celebration service, the usher ministry, the choir, always looking for great voices, or the prayer team. You can go to the website at OHSC901.com to sign up or contact John.
Hark how the bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong, that is the song. Give joyful ring, all caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how the bell rings in the town, what a beauty, all in their town. Hearly they ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Ding dong, day is done. Ding dong, day is done. Ding dong, they say, long about in dear joyful tone to every home. All bells, sweet silver bells, all seem to say, throw cares away. Christmas is here, bringing good cheer to young and old, meek and the bold. Ding dong, that is the song. Ding joyful ring, dong caroling. One seems to hear words of good cheer from everywhere, filling the air. Oh, how they now ring in the sound, how be all their tones. Gaily they ring while people sing songs of good cheer. Christmas is here. Ding dong, day is done. Ding joyful ring, day is done. Ding dong, without him, ding to every home. Dong, they sing on without him, their joyful tone to every home. Ding dong, ding dong.
It's that time of year as we are in this holiday season. We know there are many different holidays that take place during this time of year, but many of us are focusing on the Christmas holidays from the perspective and the context of Christianity. And this morning, talking about Christmas and the idea of God's gifts, getting God's gift ready. And very often we get caught up in the idea and the notion that the gift that we're talking about is a single thing, and that is being Jesus the Christ, the master teacher, the way shower. However it is that we want to talk about, but the thing of it is, as you've heard me say, is that we talk about him in our teaching from the context that he is the great example and not the great exception. So this morning, to help us celebrate, because I think one of the ways in which this season can become even more of a time of celebration for you is when you recognize that it's as much about you as it is anything else, and that you are indeed God's gift. As a matter of fact, I know very often people will say to someone, you must think you're God's gift. And very often when they say it, they're not saying it in a kind manner or meaning well, but I want to, and oftentimes that's because we are operating out of ego, and we are operating in a way that can become annoying, that can be even mean and downright rude or whatever else. But this morning, I'd like to take it and look at it from a different context, and the idea that indeed you are God's gift without ego being involved, without us being, treating people in certain ways, but just recognizing and realize that there is something about us that makes us God's gift. So the first thing that I think is important for us to understand is the fact that we know the difference between a stop and a step. The difference between a stop and a step. And this is something that you've heard me speak of often. It's a part of my teaching. It's a part of what it is that I like to share with people. But understanding the difference between a stop and a step. No matter what your station is in life, no matter where it is that you are in life, that when you've made the decision to move beyond those things, you're talking about a step. That's where it is that you recognize that here I am, but I want to go to the next level. And so you are using that experience, and I'm talking about, whether that experience is a positive one, whether it's not so positive, but you're using that experience as a step to move beyond. But so many people have been convinced that this is my station in life. This is where I should be. Even some people, this is where I deserve to be. But the thing I say to you this morning is you don't have to stay there. That's right. You don't have to stay there. And I think it's important to acknowledge that even the good things in our lives, because very often we get stuck in those good things in our lives. And there are people that you meet that will tell you over and over and over again about a particular situation in their past. And it was a good situation. It was a positive situation. But it seems like that's the only thing in their life that's good that has happened for them. And they continually point back to that one thing. And that one thing you will hear about over and over and over again. I know that was one of the running jokes in the television show Married with Children with Al Bundy, who would talk about over and over again how he scored 4 touchdowns in one football game when he was in high school. But, after that, it seemed like his life just never completely worked out the way in which he wanted to. But he would point back to that very, very often. And that would be it. But we can celebrate those things that have been positive for us in our lives, but also recognize and realize that there's so much more, much, much more. So it's time for a new perspective and for new opportunities. But we can oftentimes get stuck in a stop, not recognizing that it's a step. There's a television show that I would watch that was called The Prophet, Profit, that was about a wealthy man whose name was Marcus Lemonis. And Marcus, part of what he did was he would find those people who were in business, who were struggling very often for lack of capital and for knowledge and everything else, and he would take them on and become an investor in their business. And there was one particular episode that I remember quite well, because there was a 13-year-old boy who had developed some cookie recipes and had started a cookie business. And of course, because he was 13, he couldn't run the business all by himself. So his mother was also helping him with his business. And that's where this whole idea of a stop came in, because as the show went on, there were one thing after another was happening, and the mother was not following through on things, and She just, really got in the way of things. And as he sat down with her and had a heart-to-heart talk, he discovered that she had been in the foster care system. And she, unfortunately, while she was there, she had gone from home to home. And in some of those homes, she had actually been abused. And every time it came the opportunity for her to make a decision or to do something, she was hesitant to. She would not show up for meetings or do certain things. And she would always point back to the fact that she had been abused, that she had been in that system. And she finally said, because of my experience, I just don't trust people. I just don't trust anyone. And finally, Marcus said to her, well, do you trust me? And she shared with him, I really don't know. But he shared with her that he too had been a part of the foster care system, but he had made it to where he was. And ultimately, though, that as she worked through those things, she began to understand and to recognize that she could trust. She could trust him. That as a matter of fact, in order to move from where she was stuck, it was going to require her to learn how to trust. And every step that she would take would take her to the level in which she needed to be to help her son. She'd gotten stuck and would point back to what had gone wrong. But when she made the decision that I'm going to move past this, that's when things began to open for her. And I think the important thing for us to recognize and realize is that even those things that were unfortunate that happened to us, even though they may have happened to us, and I'm not minimizing those things for anyone, but I'm saying that in this moment, they don't define who you are. They don't define who you are. It's something that happened in your life. It's something that occurred, but it does not have to define who you are. Which brings me to the second step, and I think that they're related. And the second step is the F word. That's right, the F word, forgiveness. That as a pastor, one of the things that I have learned over the years, that the concept of forgiveness for many people is a difficult concept to comprehend, to understand, and even more so to put into practice. I think a part of it is because we oftentimes think that forgiveness means that we condone the unkind, the hurtful, the harmful actions of others. And that is as far from the truth as we can get. To forgive someone is not to condone their actions. To forgive someone is not to say what someone has done is all right. To forgive someone doesn't mean is that you're okay with their attitudes and their behavior or anything else. To forgive someone means that you will take the opportunity for yourself, because ultimately forgiveness is not for them, it's for you. It's for you to say that yes, acknowledge the pain, acknowledge that this has happened in my life, and I'm going to move past it. I'm going to do the work that I need to do, whether it's getting counseling, whether it's putting in the spiritual tools. As a matter of fact, I think all of that works together, putting all of that in place so that we can move beyond the occurrence, move beyond the incident. And I want to say this also. I want to be careful about people who like to jump instantly to forgiveness in situations and circumstances. Because I think that oftentimes cheap forgiveness can come into play because we feel like, particularly from a faith perspective, is that we ought to immediately be forgiving of people. And for me, that's just not how it works. I think that, first of all, dealing with our feelings, acknowledging those things, and working with those things is important. But when we cut ourselves off, when we, again, I'm bringing this term up again, spiritual bypass. When we do a spiritual bypass and immediately say, I forgive, or expect people, or we feel like people are expecting us to say that, that's when very often we run into issues, we run into problems. So understanding that forgiving someone is not condoning their actions or their behavior. As a matter of fact, this is important to understand. You can forgive someone, but never have anything else to do with them in your life. You can forgive them, but never have anything to do with them again in your life. I can remember years ago as I was teaching this, and afterwards there was a woman who came up to me and she was in tears because all she heard was forgive this person, forgive this person. And the unfortunate thing in her life, she had been robbed at gunpoint. And it was a very painful ordeal with her. She was fearful for her life, naturally. And she had to go through the whole thing of going to court, testifying against the perpetrator and all of that. And somehow in her mind, she thought that what I was saying, and I think somebody had told her this, that she needed, in order to forgive him, to actually go and visit the person who had now been in prison and let him know that she had forgiven him. And I said, no. That is not the thing that you have to do, not the thing that you need to do. But take the time, take the opportunity within yourself to let it go, to forgive that person, and then move on. Never having to see them again, never having to acknowledge them again in your life, but understanding that forgiveness is about you and that forgiveness is for you. And while I'm talking about forgiving other people, you probably knew this was coming. I think that probably the most important person that we can forgive is ourselves. Forgiving ourselves is important. Forgiving ourselves is essential because all of us have situations, circumstances in our lives, things that we have done, behaviors that we have exhibited, and all of that. And I say, give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace. Learn to forgive yourself. And my definition of grace is that at the time that you made particular decisions or that you acted in certain ways, you felt as if you were, given the information, given the circumstance, you were doing the best that you could. One of the ways in which that happens for many of us is in relationships. We find ourselves, and we were in a relationship with a person, and after a while, when what I call delayed enlightenment sets in, and we begin to see that person for who they really were, and we started to say to ourselves, what was I thinking? Understand that at the moment, because they look good, maybe they smell good, they talked a certain way, whatever else about them, and we thought that this was it. This was the person for us, and then we begin to understand that might not have been the case. Give yourself some grace. It might have been that you made a decision to follow a particular path or do a certain thing, and only to discover that that was not what was meant for you. It was not the best thing for you. Give yourself some grace. Learn to forgive yourself. And when we do that, things happen for us. When we do that, we can move on and understand this. Because there are lessons to be learned from those things we've done in the past, but we learn the lesson and we let it go. We learn the lesson and we release. We learn the lesson and we move on. We learn the lesson and we understand that it is a step to the next level. It is a step to something that we need to do. And the third thing to do is that we need to take this gift and love on it. Take this gift and love on it. Take this gift and love on it. By that I mean is that we allow ourselves to know that we are loved and that we are loving. That we are loved by the universe, the loving universe, and that we in like manner are also loving because we are in the divine flow. And we are in the divine flow, and already we are good enough. Already we are good enough. Already we are good enough. Already we're good enough. We can change our hair. We can change our look. We can change our clothes. We can change the way we talk, the way we walk. We can change all of those many things, but we already are good enough. We spend so much time chasing other ideals because there are so many industries that are in place that already are there to make us feel as if we are inadequate. So many things that are in place that would want us to think that we don't have what it takes, that we are not the kind of people that we need to be. But see, I'm telling you again that you already are enough, just as you are. Being able to say that I am an expression of the divine. I am the expression of the divine in a unique and individualized way. Nobody can outbe me being me. Nobody can outbe you being you. You are unique in the way that you do things, unique in the way that you move through life, unique in the way that you express yourself, unique in the way that you are creative, unique in the way that you just enjoy life. You are unique and you are enough, that you are an expression of the divine. Oftentimes what you will find is that all of this, all of me is just waiting to get out, just waiting to be shared with the world, just waiting for all of this to happen. And the universe has been bringing things into your life, bringing people, situations, circumstances, experiences to cause you to grow, to expand, and to become aware, to become conscious, to become awake. The universe is bringing all of this into you, and it's instilled all of this into you, and it's your time to let it out, to let it out. I love that saying that's found in the Talmud, in the part of the Jewish wisdom tradition that says that over every blade of grass is an angel bending over it saying, grow, grow, grow. And I want to say this to you in like manner, that there is the universe, there are angels, however it is you would, our ancestors, however it is that you wish to term it, who are saying to you, that are whispering to you, grow, 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 go, 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 be, be, be. And when you get a hold of this, when you recognize this, when you embrace this, when you understand who it is that you are, that the next time somebody says, I guess you think you are God's gift, you can say to them, you're right, I am. So go, 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 grow, 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 be, be, be. Amen. Ashe. And so it is.
Lots of happy little children waiting for sunrise, a stocking full of candy and a big surprise. Look at the happiness in their eyes, they're glad it's Christmas. People caroling into the night, where the snow is falling, their sleigh bell rise tonight. We'll snuggle to a nice warm fire. I'm glad it's Christmas, but before this day gets underway, think of how much love you wish to give today. Then wonder why we can't give it all every day. There is no reason every season needs love. People really need one another. Man, woman, boy, girl, sister, and brother. We wish happy holidays to you. Happy holidays, happy holidays. Happy holidays to you. And for this holiday season celebration, let's lift our hands to the holy nation to say thank you, Father. Thank you, Father. Happy birthday to your son. Happy holidays to you. Strength we need, love is to share it, yeah. Peace is to be with everyone. Hey, hey, hey. Happy holidays to you. Happy holidays to you. Happy holidays, happy holidays. You see, people really need one another. Man, woman, boy, girl, sister, and brother. We wish happy holidays to you. Happy holidays to you. We wish you happy holidays. Whoa. To you. Happy holidays to you from the Whispers.